what we're going to be doing today is showing you a universal plan to plan any project. Now, this could be a coding project. It actually comes from the world of coding, this method, but you could also use it to learn how to do salsa dancing, or learn how to play chess, or do some sort of project with your lawn or something like that. Who knows? You can do anything with it essentially. But this is what I want to reveal to you. So what I learned in the coding industry. Now, how to do this, right? We make 4 distinct lists, and let's just make 4 columns here. And then we're going to label them backlog, to do. So the whole thing about a project is that you need to set a due date. So make sure you have a due date in your project, and then you also are going to have a fixed number of tasks, right? Otherwise, if you don't have a fixed number of tasks, you're just going to keep adding tasks to this and the project will never finish, because we want to have it so that our projects do finish. So first, what you're going to do is you're going to take all the tasks and you're going to put them in the backlog. So we'll just say T1. T1 is the first task, T2, T3, T4, and so on, right? All the way up to, let's say, just Tn. Now, say the project is a month long, right? You're gonna split it up into sprints or phases, or whatever way you want to split it up. So, for example, if the project is a month long, I would want to split it up into weeks. And during the first week, right? So this is week 1. I'm gonna assign myself a fixed number of tasks. So what I'll do is I'll drag T1 through to T4 into to-dos, right? So T1, T2, T3, T4, easy. Now, so to-dos means this week, in this phase. Then 1 at a time or 2 at a time, I'm going to take one of these and put them in doing. And then I'm going to spend my whole attention just doing T1. And then once T1 is done, put it in done. Then essentially you want to move these tasks in batches of a week all the way to the done. Now, let's say week 1 is done and then we move on to week 2. So we do the same thing. So we've got backlog, to do, doing, and done. And what we're going to do is say all the tasks we didn't get done in week 1, we will keep them there. So that would have been T2 all the way to Tn. And then what we're going to do now is we're going to pick a fixed window of tasks, several tasks, to do this week. And then we're going to put those tasks in to do. Essentially, we're going to pick 1 at a time for doing, put that there. And then slowly we're going to move each of these over from doing, and then it'll go to done. And eventually you'll see all of these in done. And that is the end of the project. So hopefully you enjoyed that little way of organizing projects. It's actually very simple, but super effective. Now, there are lots of tools for this kind of thing. For teams and enterprises, one would use Jira. For solo projects, or maybe a team of 2 or 3 or something like that, you'd use Trello. So here I have an example of Trello. This is a project I'm doing. And so it's just a trading related project. And you can see I've got all the backlog. I'm going to sort of fill this out later. There's not too much stuff here. And so to do, yep, for this week. And then I've got to do this. And then here are all the things I have done. So this is an example, a real life example. Okay, so I hope this was informative and I will see you in the next one.